A while back, we attended the Kyusho Jitsu Kenkyukai gathering in the Twin Cities area. That's Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, USA, for those from the far-flung corners of the world. On a map, find Canada. Find the middle of the border between Canada and the U.S., and just south of that line is the state of Minnesota. Master Josh Countryman has been exploring efficient body use. This time, he explores how to practice efficient body use in your forms. Here's Master Countryman.
Here's the question that I pose to you. So, okay, great. We want to use our bodies efficiently. We want to have good body alignment and stand tall and let the techniques work for us. How do we practice that? I mean, obviously, when you're doing techniques, you can try and keep these concepts in mind. But I find personally that the best way to practice good body alignment is actually in my kata. So, some of you have heard this analogy before. I'm going to throw it at you again. Imagine that dead center in the middle of your head, so right between your eyes, right between your ears. There's a hook. Attached to that hook is a metal cable that comes right out the top of your head at Governor Nick, where are you? 20, Governor 20, okay? Governor 20 goes up to the ceiling where it attaches to like a moving track thing, all right? And this cable is what is holding you up. If the cable were to snap, you would fall to the ground a complete limp puddle of person. Okay. This track moves as I move. And if I want to get lower, because I need to get into a stance, it will allow me the slack that I need to get lower. But it won't give me the slack to slouch. Doesn't let me do this. So as you do your kata, there's this constant feeling of suspension. And of course, if something is suspended, the easiest way for it to rotate is right along the axis. I know what you mean. I have a great party trick later that I can do. So as you're doing your kata, a lot of times our bad habits creep up the most when we're doing kata. Sometimes we actually do better when we have a body in our hands. But it's a great, kata is so important, and it's such a great way to practice good body alignment. In these, the Pinyan Nidan, you know, does everybody here know Pinyan Nidan? Right? This, wait, which one was that? I was just doing Godan. No, this is Nidan.
There you go.
All right, good. Saturday morning. Right, so if I'm like, if this is how I usually do kata, and then, you know, the idea of keeping that suspension all the time. So I'm standing there, I'm suspended. And I go, and I'm suspended, and I'm suspended. Right? And you do the kata, and you really, really seriously just think. Suspension all the time. And that's what's holding you up. You have those punches at the end. This part. Right? So the whole time, just everything, always from here. And you'll find that the more you practice that, it's going to do a couple of things. One, your hip rotation gets better, and it's easier. It is hard to, everybody stand like this. Bend a little bit. Now try and rotate your hips. Try and do hip rotation. Sucks, doesn't it? Stand straight, rotate your hips. Easy. That's the basic principle. All this is, though, is a fancy little mental image that will help you to keep that alignment while you're doing your forms. And really, when I talk about doing these moves, a lot of times when I'm practicing them, the first couple times that I do the move, I actually do this mental image. I imagine that I'm doing the technique suspended. And I remember when I first started playing with this image, I was beating up Nick. And I'm like, I was doing the technique and I'm like, why? And I was having a hard time. I'm like, this is such an easy move, why can't I do this? And I had just been teaching this exact concept to my choral students earlier in the day, and I went, stood up, got my good posture, got the thing going on, you know, the cable. I said, all right, Nick, grab me. He grabbed me, I went, boom! And it was awesome. So, do your kata with that in mind. Do your bunkai with that in mind. If you're having a tough time doing a move, if the move isn't working for you, first thing to check, is check your own body first. All right? Make sure that you're using your body efficiently. And a lot of times, correcting those things in your own body actually puts your opponent into the position that you need them to be in order for it to work too.